Good day to you. My name is Maria Kądzielska and you are watching Poland Daily Culture, the best cultural show in English in Poland. And with us is a special guest, Aleksandra Woźniak. You are a singer but also a vocal trainer. Again, thank you very much for coming.
Thank you for having me here.
And in the previous episode, we talked a little bit about a special method called Estill voice training and why is it different, why it has also different results with students. And right now, of course, the question is how and where did you encounter it for the very first time? And how did you learn it? What makes it, like, how did your journey begin?
Mm-hmm. So when I was about 19, I've been singing my whole life, but when I was 19, I basically hit a brick wall in terms of my own voice development, and I lost all belief in singing teachers because of what I mentioned in the previous episode, of that vague imagery. I wanted to sing high, I wanted to sing loud. I was fascinated by musical theatre back then, and it requires a lot of flexibility around the voice. And my teachers just couldn't teach me that. And then by chance, I learned about Estill voice training, and I decided to go for it, just as a last resort, you know. So in 2015, I went to London to my first level 1 and 2 Estill voice training course. It's a 5-day intensive course, and I absolutely fell in love. It changed my world around, and everything started to make sense. So only after a few days, I had the foundations of belting, so singing high and loud, something my previous singing teachers have been trying to teach me for years with no success. I learned how to mix, and I got some really specific exercises that I could use throughout the next months to master my voice. So what else could you need, really? So this model is special because it works.
It was a revolution a little bit for you as well. So you knew your voice was good, you had an opportunity, but you couldn't reach it in the way you wanted. And this method showed you how to do it.
Exactly. I had ideas of how I wanted to sound in my head, but I couldn't channel these emotions and these feelings into my own voice because of technical difficulties.
So it also shows the fact that talent is one thing, but practice and good technique can be learned. It doesn't have to be, I would say, natural in a way that we're just born with it.
Oh no, that's a big lie that everybody believes in. Talent is probably around 5% and some maybe genetic advantages, let's say, and 95% is just dedicated practice and drive.
Well, that's a hope also for all of us who think they can't sing. Maybe there is a hidden talent in our voices.
Absolutely.
So, what makes you convinced also to pursue to become a vocal trainer? So to become a certificate vocal trainer, because one thing is to do it professionally for yourself, and the other thing is to be able to teach it, or to teach this method to other people. So how did it happen?
So I started off as a singer and a touring musician, and then at some point, by an accident, I started to give small lessons and just to give small pieces of advice to my fellow vocalists and singers. And I discovered that I loved it. I just loved working with people, and somehow the language I was using translated well, and I could make changes and help them in a really quick way. And that was mainly to my Estill training. So from there, I thought I would pursue teaching and tuition more, and from there I decided to become a certified Estill master trainer, to really dive into this technique.
And now you're offering this in Poland, but also internationally.
Exactly.
Through the opportunities of modern technology. Which is always good. So to all of you, the viewers of Poland Daily, if you are maybe interested in learning this method, or you struggle with your voice and you want to discover something new, then definitely it's dedicated for you. Check it out. And either you're based in Poland or you just want to do it for internet, it's all possible. And it seems like the voice methods and they don't necessarily have to have the limits which we think are physical, but just maybe another way of teaching and using it, and then you will open up to something new. So we strongly encourage you to do this, and of course stay with us for another episode, and thank you for watching Poland Daily Culture.
Do I want it, or is it not?